Hello and welcome back to the Friendly Lens Jump tutorial series. In the previous tutorial, we successfully fetched the followers list from the lens handle. Now in this tutorial, we will send them the challenge message using XMTP protocol. XMTP stands for Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol. It's a way to send a message in real time and let others know if you are available to chat. Think of it as a texting or instant messaging on your phone, but for computers. Here in the challenge button, let's add the onClick event and pass the start challenge process function. This function accepts the account of the follower, or you can say friend, from the lens. We will define this function above here. This function will be asynchronous and accept the argument select follower of type any, and in this function we will send the challenge to the selected friend. Now let's import the MetaMask wallet and use connect hook from the third web library. Next, let's declare a state called start XMTP and its corresponding set start XMTP function, which will be type of boolean and the default will be a false. We also need to import the useEffect and useState hooks from the React. Below this state, let's define a MetaMask config as MetaMask wallet, which we have imported, and the connect function from the useConnect hook. In the start challenge process function, let's declare the wallet and call the connect function passing the MetaMask config parameter as an argument. Finally, let's pass an alert challenging the selected follower's wallet handle name in order to know that we are challenging the friends. Now set the start XMTP state to true. Now below here in the HTML, let's create a parent div and inside this div, import the XMTP widget and pass the parameters, or you can say props, as follower, lens handle and score of the active user. We will only render this XMTP widget when the start XMTP state is set as true. We will build this widget in later part of this tutorial. Now let's see where we are getting these parameters. Actually, we are getting the parameters that we pass from the props of this current component. As you can see, we pass the props from here and then pass them again as props in the XMTP component. But as of now, we have only passed the profile ID as a prop. So let's also send the lens handle and score. Now back here in the game page, let's define one more state called score object and set the score object here in the game over callback. So I think we are done importing the lens handle and score successfully, but the following thing is pending. So let's settle with this. Let's declare a state called follower and its corresponding set follower function. Now here in the start challenge process function, we get the follower as an argument. So let's set the follower here and the selected follower. And now we are done passing the required props to the XMTP widget. Now let's create the component. Back to the followers, let's import the XMTP widget that we have missed. This component accepts the props of type any. Now let's build this component. Let's import the useSigner from the third web library and also the useEffect and useState hook from the React.js. Here in the component body, let's declare the signer and the score that we are accepting as prop. And in the useEffect, let's call the run function. Now let's declare the run function. This will be asynchronous. And inside the function, let's declare the XMTP variable and after that the try catch statements. In the catch block, let's console the error if we get any. It will be easy for debugging later. And in the try condition, let's assign the XMTP as await client dot create and then pass the signer and the next parameter as environment, which will be development in our case. So let's import this client from the XMTP library. Now to remove this signer error, we have to pass the signer only if we get the signer. Let's create one conditional statement above this line, that if we have a signer, and after that in this condition we can move this line inside the condition. Once the XMTP is assigned, let's create the conversation object. This can be done with XMTP dot conversations dot new conversation, and then here we have to pass the address with which we want to start the conversation. Now let's create a message with await conversation.send and then the message we want to send. Let's pass this message. I am challenging you to beat me in Dino Jump, and then the link with which our friend can come to our app and play the game. We will build this URL later in the tutorial. Now in the return statement, if the sending is complete, we will render the challenge sent. Otherwise, we will display the loading message sending challenge to and then the friend's address. Let's declare this state sending complete above here in the component, and also its respective set function, which will be of type boolean, and its default value will be false. After the message is sent, let's set it to true. That's it. Now let's recap what we have done in this XMTP widget so far. First, we have imported the use signer and client from the respective libraries. Then we have declared the required variables, state and functions. Now in this run function, we have created a conversation and then sent the message. It's as simple as that. Now make sure your server is running perfectly. Play the game. Send the challenge request to your friend. Back in the lens profile, you can see the message with the challenge request that you should have received. So that's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will build this challenge request URL so that your friend can directly play using this link. As of now, this link will return the 404 page. So see you in the next tutorial.